So not too long ago, Google Ads new user interface was rolled out, and if you've been using Google Ads for any amount of time, it may be a bit confusing because things have changed quite a bit. So let's go through kind of an overview of Google Ads and the whole new user interface and take a look at where everything is so that you can quickly and easily navigate your way around Google Ads. First thing to note is you can, at least for right now, switch back to the previous design, which if you're used to the old design, it might be helpful. If you can't find certain things, you can at least switch back and find what you're looking for. But when you first log into your Google Ads account, assuming that things are set up already, you'll probably see the overview by default, which is going to have this kind of graph here with some different metrics that you can track. So you can see how many conversions you're getting, in specific time periods. You can filter through the date periods here. So this is like an old account that we just use for showing people how things work, but we've selected a date range here so you can kind of see some of the data from this old account here. You can also change these different metrics. If you click on this, it'll allow you to switch out to different metrics. But coming down this page, you're going to find some different panels here. I've covered up some of them that aren't really relevant for this video, but you'll be able to see like the search terms that people are using to find your ads, where your ads are showing. So whether it's on Google search or search partners or YouTube or wherever. And of course you can switch these around so you can take a look at like where are you getting all of your conversions from. Right, so it looks like most of the conversions in this account have been coming from Google search and some from search partners. It'll show kind of an overview of some different keywords here. Your demographics, so you can switch between this to see like which gender, age group and gender or age is performing, and of course you can switch these metrics around too. And it's going to give you a breakdown as well of the hourly, how many impressions or conversions you're getting by day, by hour, and then a combination of the two right here. And these can be really helpful if you're trying to determine like where all of your conversions or traffic is coming from, where you're spending your money, what time of day is most profitable to run your ads. Which demographics are most profitable to run ads to. And then it's also really helpful to know which devices people are using. So whether it's mobile phones or tablets or computers, you can start judging, maybe it makes sense to serve your ads mostly to people on mobile phones or what have you. And then it'll kind of give you an overview of your conversion tracking just at a high level. So this overview page can give you a lot of information, but again, it's just an overview of how things are performing across the account. If you have all campaigns selected up here, you can use these drop downs up here to select different campaigns and get this overview data for specific campaigns if you choose to do that. Now, speaking of campaigns, if basically everything that you'll need to access in your Google Ads account is now over here on the left side of the sidebar here. And if you click campaigns, then you can go to the campaigns here. We can also see this from this menu here. If we just click this drop down, we'll see campaigns, ad groups, ads, and then some other stuff below it, which is less commonly used. And so we're just in the campaigns section, and this is where we're going to see a list of the campaigns. I just have enabled campaigns set right now, but you can switch to all or enabled and paused. So all is going to be even campaigns that have been removed at some point. Enabled is just the ones that are set to be running, and then enabled and paused is the ones that are enabled and paused. So it'll also show you your drafts. So if you started building a campaign, you can just click here to finish building it, and you'll be able to see whatever campaigns are enabled based on this setting here. You can set your daily budget right here, so that's how much you want to spend on the ads each day. Be able to see, what type of campaign it is. And then there's a whole bunch of data over here which you can modify by going to columns and then click modify columns. And if you're ever looking for something, you can just do a search for, I don't know, like, search loss impression share or whatever you want. Click on it and it'll add it into the columns over here. And then you can move these columns around. So you can move this up here or move this down here, which is just going to help you better see what sort of performance data you want to be able to access at the campaign level here. And this is true for ad groups, ads. You can modify the columns, and there will be different data available at different levels. So what you can see at the campaign level will be slightly different from what you can see at the ad group level, and same with the ad level, and same with keywords, which are now down here, which we'll get to here in a second. But one thing to note on the campaigns is there's now, the campaign settings used to be over here somewhere. But now to access the campaign settings, if you hover over this, you'll see this little settings icon right here. When you click on that, it's going to pop open this window where you can see the settings for your specific campaign that you're looking at. And there's some relatively important data or settings in here that you probably want to be aware of, which is like the goals. So you can set specific goals that you want to have Google Ads optimize for a campaign. That can be done in here. Marketing objective. So if you tell Google that you're going after leads, it's going to give you recommendations and suggestions to help get you more leads. You can enable and pause the campaign from here. You can also choose where you want your ads to show. So usually we are just running ads on Google search, but you can expand it to the search network and the display network here. And this is where you'll set the target location for the campaign. So for this one, we're just doing Phoenix. And so we can, maybe we want to add in like Santan Valley, right? That can be done here. You just click target and that's going to add in this other location. Just make sure to save it here. There's also this kind of hidden setting here, which is pretty important. And this is going to allow you to show your ads to people who are in your location. This one is people who are interested in your location or in your location. We typically don't recommend using this one, even though it says recommended here. And then you'll have your budget, your languages, your bid strategy. So whether you want to use maximize clicks, maximize conversions, etc., etc. So that's all of your campaign settings up here. And then under each campaign, so we have campaigns here, there's going to be ad groups, right? And then the ad groups, this is where we're able to split things out. So in this example, we have closet installation, custom closets, Phoenix closets. And most people don't really use ad groups the right way, but they're very, very powerful because it allows you to put the associate ads and keywords together so that if somebody searches custom closets, you can show ads that talk about your custom closets that you can build for people, the services you offer around building custom closets. Or if it's closet installation, you can show ads that talk about how you do closet installation, and then you can have those ads go to a landing page that talks about these specific services. So very, very valuable. And again, you'll have all of your data over here. You can modify the columns like what we were talking about before and just see how each ad group is performing. Another major benefit to splitting things out by ad group is you might find that like Phoenix closets gets you a bunch of conversions, but closet installation gets you no conversions. And so that by separating things out by ad group, it's much easier to track the performance of different sets of keywords or services that you're trying to promote. And then in each of these ad groups we'll have different ads. So you can see it's going to show the campaign, and this is of course still under campaigns. So we went from campaigns to ad groups to ads, and that's kind of the hierarchy here. of Google Ads, right? So you have campaigns, which is the highest level. That's where your location targeting is set. Then you have ad groups, which is where you place all of your ads and keywords. Then you have your ads themselves, and these will show which ad group the ads are being shown in. And then of course you can look at the specific data for each ad. So you might find that like this ad's not doing as great, this one's doing really well, and so you can come over here and pause different ads that aren't doing that great. You can click here to add new ads if you want to set up a new ad, and then you can also choose the campaign from up here if you want to like choose a campaign and an ad group that you want to put specific ads in. And then if you edit one of the ads, so let's say you want to change this ad here, if you just click this edit button, it's going to take you to this page. And now Google uses responsive search ads, which basically just means that you give Google Ads a whole bunch of headlines and descriptions, and then it's going to combine those in different ways in order to generate a whole bunch of unique variations of your ads for you. So back in the day we used to have to do that all manually, but now Google uses its AI to determine which combinations to serve to people at what time, which person to serve it to, in order to get you the best results, theoretically at least, right? And then you'll notice that there's these pins up here. So oftentimes it's good to pin your main headlines up at the top, which basically just means that the first thing people will see is this headline where we're talking about the specific service and area where we offer that service. So if somebody sees your ad and they're searching for custom closets and the first thing they see is 40 years of experience, they might be confused because they're like, what does this company have 40 years of experience doing? Right? So by pinning these ads to the top here, we can show Google that or we can show people that this is a service that we offer in the area that they're looking for, and then all this other stuff is kind of supporting these headlines. You can also change and view all the different extensions. So if you click on this more assets drop down here, they used to call these ad extensions, now they're called ad assets, but there's a whole bunch of different types like promotions, pricing, call assets, call out, structured snippets, lead forms, apps, etc. And then you can save your ads or cancel if you don't want to save the changes here for whatever reason. And then the next thing that is highly important is the keywords. Arguably one of the more important aspects of running Google Ads, at least search ads, which is what most people want to be focusing on. And that's what most people think of when they think of Google Ads, because you basically add in some different keywords in here, and then when somebody searches for these keywords, your ads are going to show up, right? And these again will be at the ad group level, so you can select different campaigns and ad groups from up top here and see which keywords you have in which ad group, as well as all of the conversion data. Of course, you can modify the columns here too. And sometimes you'll notice that you're not seeing all of your keywords. Sometimes you need to switch this over to show like a lot more keywords so you can actually see all of the keywords in a campaign or an ad group or your entire account or whatever you're looking for. And then it's worth mentioning that there's different types of different match types, so now you can actually just switch these around quickly and easily. So if this is a broad match keyword and you're finding that it's leading to a whole bunch of clicks on terms that are irrelevant, you can switch it to phrase match or exact match here, which we don't necessarily have time to get into all of that in this video. But when people think about their keywords, they think, oh, if I add in this keyword closets Phoenix, that means that anytime somebody searches that exact keyword, my ads are going to show up. But that's not really how keywords work. Keywords these days are designed to fire groups of keywords that are associated by intent. And so to know what terms people are actually using on Google when they click on your ads, you'll need to look at the search terms. So if we come over here, this is moved. So it used to be in the campaigns / keyword section, but now it's in insights and reports. If you come over to search terms, this is actually going to show us the terms that people are using when they're clicking on our ads. And this is a good example. So California Closets Phoenix, this is actually a company that does, I think they build like cabinets and all sorts of different stuff for closets, and it's not likely to get us very good results. So what we did was we clicked on here and we add this as a negative keyword, and basically all that means is that it's excluded. And so this search term will no longer fire our ads, meaning if somebody's searching for California Closets Phoenix, our ads are not going to show up. So it's important to be checking these and adding these as negative keywords if you're seeing that your ads are being clicked on from terms that are irrelevant. And then that will show up here in the, if we go back to audience and keywords, which is where we were before. So all of your keywords are going to be under audience keywords and content under search keywords. And then you'll notice that there's search keywords and negative search keywords. And when you click negative search keywords, that's going to be where we'll see all of these negative search terms that or negative search keywords as they call them, that we've added in here, so we can adjust these. So like, we don't really want people searching for cheap closets or Costco closets or whatever to be clicking on our ads, because it's not likely to convert into sales in this case. And then if you're wanting to find new keywords, you'll do that in the keywords planner, and that's under tools, and then planning. If you click this drop down, you'll see keyword planner, and then you just click this discover new keywords, and you can start looking for stuff like Phoenix closets. Click enter. Then you also want to make sure to set a geographic area. So in this case we would probably do like Arizona. Don't really want to advertise in the whole country in this case. And we can click get search terms, and for whatever reason it's only going to show us one keyword here. But this is where we'll plan out the different keywords that we want to be adding into our Google Ads campaigns at the ad group level. And then once you've set up some ads in your account, it's also important to know where the assets are. And so this is still under campaigns, but it's in the assets drop down. There's this assets option here. And these are going to be all of your like site link extensions, call out extensions, call extensions, structured snippet extensions. And extensions just show below your ad or around your ad copy. And we can actually take a quick look right here. So you can see these two site link extensions that are showing up down below. And then there's also some, it looks like call out extensions showing in here. So free estimates, personal crew, superior service. These kind of expand the size of your ad. So the larger your ad is, the more space it takes up on the search page, the search results page, and that's going to get you more clicks and conversions and everything. And so those will show here along with the site link extensions. So going back to the keyword or the assets, that's where we, you can see this free estimates, professional crew. Those are some that we were seeing, and then the about us and the contact we're showing as site link extensions on the bottom of the ad I was just showing you. So this is where our assets will live, and then you of course just click this blue button here. You can add assets. This is where you'll add the different assets, and you can do that at the campaign level, the account level, the ad group level. And then another really important thing to know where it is the conversion goals. So if you go to goals here, under conversions, you'll see summary. And this is going to show us all of our conversion actions. So you can see conversion action here. So that's going to be things like submit lead form, calls from ads, different call tracking. And it's really important to have some conversion tracking set up so that Google Ads has some data to optimize with, and also so that you can see how your ads are performing. So you can see that there's some form submissions that have happened here, some calls from ads, first time phone calls, etc. And then it's also really important to know where your billing is. So if you go over to the billing and summary, this is kind of an old test account, as I was talking about earlier. So there's no payments that have been made in here for quite a while. But you will see like how much you're being charged each month, kind of a summary of all of the charges going back for, well, you can switch the year here and go back further if you want. And then over here you'll see payment methods. If you click on that, that's where you'll see the actual payment methods that you have on file. You can click to add a new payment method or a backup payment method. Sometimes it's good to have multiple cards in here so that if one of them can't get charged, you can have the other one get charged and your ads will keep running. But this is where you'll be able to add card payment methods. There's also other payment methods. You can use a bank account, PayPal. I think there's several different options that you can use here. And this is where you'll add in all those different options. And then there's also on the left hand side here this advertiser verification. This is a new thing that Google Ads has been rolling out, and sometimes it will require you to submit this advertiser verification. If so, you'll see this start verification option here where you can just click and it's going to just verify your identity. Usually they'll have you add like your driver's license or some information to prove that to prove who you are. And this is in part to cut down on people abusing the Google Ads platform. So if they're asking you to do the advertiser verification, this is essentially where you'll end up getting that done. And then there's also some settings that are at the account level. So if you go to admin, you'll have your account settings. This is going to be like your time zone, different call tracking setup stuff, tracking options. So if you want to have like URL suffixes, which is where you'll add UTM parameters to be able to better determine who's clicking on your ads from where and all that good stuff. There's a whole bunch of different settings that you can apply here at the account level, so that will control the entire account and all of the ads and campaigns and everything in the account. And then you'll also see this access and security here. So this is where you'll add all the different users into the account. You can add users by clicking this button here. You can see who's been added, when they've been added. You can remove access and control who has access to your account. This is also kind of hidden. There's this managers option up here. So if you're working with a marketing agency at some point, usually they'll have a manager account, which is like a shell account that Google Ads has created for agencies to manage client accounts, and you'll be able to manage their stuff from over here. And then in the security over here, like if you're trying to add a new user and it's giving you an error and saying, oh, this domain name isn't verified, you'll be able to come over to security, and this is where you'll see the allowed domains, which I was just talking about. And you can add in different domains. So if it's just not letting you add a specific user, you can add the Gmail or example.com, whatever the domain is that their email's on, so that you can actually add the person in there. So that's kind of a 500-foot view of Google Ads, the whole new user interface and how everything's set up. If there's anything you did have questions about, don't hesitate to reach out. You can just drop your questions in the comments section down below and I'll be sure to get back to them there. Look, if you're the type of person that just doesn't even want to deal with Google Ads anymore, then you can always reach out to me. My company is Missoula SEO Geek. I'll leave a link to my website down below, but we do manage Google Ads for different companies in different industries, and you can come learn about what we do, what makes us unique. You can even read some of the testimonials from some businesses that we've taken from 0 to over $1 million in revenue, like this one here, and really just see that this is the type of thing that's going to explode your business growth. So feel free to reach out. You can always give us a call or contact us through our website, and look forward to working with you.